there's a view out there that reggae music is a Jamaican national treasure, right? With strong international impact and the kind of impact that contributes to national identity. We see in last week Sunday, the Virginia group SOJA won the reggae Grammy category, and there was a massive hue and cry all over the world. Anybody who have a Jamaica passport or something somewhere in the world start to raise dickens, and as to cultural appropriation and all sort of thing. Let us take this cultural appropriation argument first and foremost. I notice you chuckle. Is there any basis for that kind of furore or outrage?
The question is, who was the outrage aimed at?
Right.
It couldn't be the Grammys people, because it's not a Jamaican award. And the reason why it's such an important award is because it is not a Jamaican award. It is an international award, and held in America, right. Open to anybody. Right. Anybody who is nominated by whatever standard is open. And that is what I think make the award prestigious. So in my own little way, I'm saying this could be one of the best things ever happened to the music, happened to reggae, because it remind all of us that, listen, reggae is an accepted international genre, and to the point where the Grammy Awards saw fit to include it. So in other words, if once it become a Jamaican thing, it can lose some of that shine, that prestige.
Right.
And I think what happened now is that people saying, wow. I know one of the funny things is that anybody was complaining, I asked them, who did you want to win? Nobody gave me an answer, and nobody knew any of the songs. Colin Turner called me this yesterday. We had a great conversation. He said, boy, I listen, and some I saw is my virgin, but to be very honest, the man and reggae sound better than female. So there's a lot of confusion, as you mentioned, whether reggae mean reggae one drop, straightforward Bob Marley kind of reggae, or reggae mean Jamaican music made popular in Jamaica, which the jury kind of still out on, and hopefully over the next year we're going to clarify. But I think more than anything else, I think Jamaica, and there's a little of hypocrisy that go, because Jamaicans, for the most part, have no idea the songs that were on the albums, apart from the few people in the music industry who probably know about this party. And some of them have gone now retroactively and listened, so they kind of know. And I guess the conversation is going to die down, because when I'm listening to it, I'm realizing, I was fighting for the wrong team. I was defending something that wasn't there. So it's forcing us now to say, okay. And the other thing, a friend of mine said, I went to a dance, one of the popular week dances, and the first in almost 20 years I'm hear so much reggae play in prime time. So a whole lot of things happening as a result of it. But I think it was a storm in a teacup. It's just one of them gut reaction.
Knee-jerk.
We lose.
Knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, we lost.
Is the reggae has always been seen as a global messaging music. Am I right? Right? Or am I
you're right.
Mikey?
You're right.
Eh? Mikey, you hear me?
It has been marketed that way. I don't know yet. It has been marketed that way. Kind of narrowly marketed, but fine. It's a good brand.
And so, part of it is, at the time in the 1970s, early 1980s, when the world is kind of pivoting in terms of the socio-economic and political structure, reggae was part of the trumpeting of that change, it provided that sounding board for people to look at individuals,
and
look
it
at the
gave
society.
downtrodden people a voice.
Absolutely, it was the voice of the dispossessed, and so because of that label, it really raised the music above pretty much all else that was there, because other music was still being created, DJ music, and some of the other genres were still in vogue in Jamaica, but because of the messaging component, and also the impact of
Quality and the
Rastafari,
quality
because
of production
it was also you know, sort of surrounded by the Rastafarian culture and this peace and love kind of thing that carried the music. So this is what sort of set Jamaica apart, and the music in and of itself. I am listening to the bands here in America and what they're playing, and to a large extent, what they're playing sound like that. Eh, Mikey?
But you're up now. The diaspora, I forget the diaspora. Serious credit. The immigrants, those who went to, I mean, all of the ethnic pockets in America and England and all over the place, who took the culture. I mean, like I said, it's very narrow to say, boy, it was the music of freedom fight. It was that, but it was a whole heap more, right? And it didn't hurt that we had 3 or 4 superstars. So Chris Blackwell is what a lot of things, in order for having this vision and seeing this thing. The Harder They Come movie, which that soundtrack of which kind of exploded the music. In other words, and Collington and I had a conversation, and I hope I can get him to come on your program. I have a really keen insight on the thing. And it has to do with almost like the stalling of reggae and the upticking of reggae, Afrobeats and stuff. The whole the launching of reggae is tied in closely with the Harder They Come movie. That soundtrack just kind of set a pace. So between Toots and Jimmy Cliff and, you know, all of the people who were on it.
On that soundtrack, right?
It became a soundtrack for a lifestyle that a lot of people could identify with, and, you know, the harder, I mean, and the overcoming and everything that was involved. Nollywood, on the other hand, now, because I mean, them really don't need the population outside of Nigeria to make a big hit. We in Jamaica, unfortunately, need a population outside of Jamaica to support our music. But because of Nollywood, and they must putting out a movie every day with this Afrobeat soundtrack, it was the perfect vehicle to promote the situation. And then now with the serious migration out to Africa and Nigeria, to all of the, you know, the place all over the world, London, Paris, Europe, America, people came and realized, but wait, it is okay we don't have to listen to American stuff or thing no more. We can listen to things. Plus, they speak English. So, in other words, we can enjoy ourselves as Africans with Afrobeat and thing. It's popular now. And you know how businessmen are, entrepreneurs are. Whenever they see something like that taking off, in other words, it's something to jump on. So Afrobeat now is the big thing. I mean, there's something in it, because if you listen to it, you hear there's something like that sound Jamaican, sound familiar. There's something that's to a soca man, somebody in the Caribbean, there's that apartheid, there's that hip hop apartheid. So in other words, is a conflation of a number of the elements.
It's relatable across all ethnic.
That is the proper word, back. So it is happening. Reggae now has taken a backseat commercially in terms of certain things, because one, the record companies now with the dawn of the digital age, and the numbers start to drop significantly in terms, because people getting things for free, people not buying as much. Record companies lower the budgets for everything and stop signing other people. So, but more and more entrepreneurs have come into the things, small entrepreneurs. So we have 10 times the amount of music being produced in Jamaica than 10 years ago, without the usual gatekeepers. So a lot of things happening. So the Grammy Award, so people come and heard about the Grammy Award, but let us go back and say, what has the Jamaican Grammy Awards done to the recipients of the Grammy Awards? Because, like I say, after a while it became seen as this, you know, Jamaican thing. Or one time it was a Marley thing, and there was this like a thing. But Jamaicans, I wasn't paying attention to the Grammys.